Hi everybody and welcome back. On this channel I have a little series where I use shows or musicians to create new Pokémon, and today we are gonna tackle Stranger Things. Right when I'm writing the script I only watched season 1 to 3, so please keep the comments spoiler free. And I'm gonna talk about those seasons too, so if you haven't watched it yet, you might have to click off. The series is quite brutal and dark, so it's not a show for people who dislike horror or body horror, and for our younger audience. With that out of the way, let's start. First of all, the basic plot. Stranger Things is a sci-fi horror series that plays in the 1980s in a small town in Indiana, USA. The main protagonists are a group of 4 nerd kids that like to play D&D. One day one of them, Will, went missing under mysterious circumstances. The first season follows his friends, mom, brother and the local police officer who all try to find him. The longer the series goes, the more it gets clear that things are not as they seem, that monsters are real and that the government might be involved, because of course it is. Said monsters are slimy, aggressive, alien-looking creatures from a parallel world, who somehow manage to pass into the real world. The friends also find a girl called 11, who at first doesn't talk that much, and also has telekinetic superpowers. I'm not gonna spoil how the season or series ends, but let's just say every time the protagonists think that things are back to normal, something worse happens, and the monsters come back in one way or another. Each season adds new characters to the main team, and they are awesome. Hope we will see more of Max, Robin and Erica cause they are hilarious. The first stage of this fake one is based on D'Artagnan, one of the creatures from season 2. In season 1 we've met the Demogorgon, named after a D&D creature, which was the main antagonist of season 1. It is humanoid and has a head that can be split into 4. In season 2, one of the protagonists, Dustin, finds a small tadpole-like creature that very obviously resembles the Demogorgon, but still thinks it's a good idea to take it home and put it in his terrarium. Spoiler alert, it kills the family cat, which was very predictable. Dustin definitely had a few shining moments, especially in season 1, but this was not one of them. Turns out D'Artagnan was a Demogorgon after all. The plot was that everyone saw coming who is not Dustin. However, until it evolves into an actual Demogorgon, it's called Demodog, which was Dustin's idea. Throughout the season we see different stages of Dart, similar to a tadpole that turns into a frog, but instead it turns into an aggressive, man-eating nightmare monster. But it's still kinda cute in a weird way. Anyways, I figured these stages would lend itself for a nice Pokémon design. Stage 1 is based on D'Artagnan's first form, the tadpole stage. I don't think it has eyes in the series, but a fake one with no eyes was weird, so I just added closed eyes. And here is the first form, Demoblob. The creatures in the series liked it cold and are very sensitive to heat. I figured I could use that to give this Fakemon 2 different stages. In its frozen form it is a dark and ice type, but when it gets hit by a fire move or is holding a firestone, it loses the ice type and becomes a pure dark type. It's not exactly how it is in the series, but I like the idea. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe and tell me your opinions in the comments. But let's evolve our little blobby. The evolution is based on the Demodog stage. I initially planned on making this a 3-stage line, so this would be the middle evolution, and the final stage would be based on the Mind Flayer, but I couldn't figure out a good enough design, so for now this is the final stage, unless I manage to figure out a cool third stage. Maybe season 4 has cool new monsters that will give me more inspiration. Now I want to talk a bit about my experience with the series. Please keep in mind I currently on my first watch and I'm not into the fandom at all. I don't know what may be a controversial opinion and who the fan favorite characters are, so please be kind. Anyways, a friend was really shocked when she found out that me and another friend have never watched Stranger Things. I know it's quite popular, but I just never got into it. So we decided to watch it before the end of season 4 will be airing. I already knew some things before because I watched a kill count by Dead Meat one day, but I forgot nearly everything. I personally feel like each season got better. Season 1 was good, season 2 was great, and season 3 was amazing. Mainly because each season introduced new characters that were a lot more likable and less annoying than the original characters. My favorite ones are Max, Robin, Steve, Erica and sometimes Dustin, but it depends. I also like 11, especially when she's hanging out with Max and not Mike. And Will is probably the most relatable character. He just wants to play D&D and his friends snitch him because of relationships. Me and my friends play pen and paper too, and I know how much work they put into campaigns. So that one scene where Will was mastering a campaign and Mike and Lucas were just sitting there not paying any attention and trying to get away as quickly as possible was kinda painful to watch. The Steve, Robin, Erica and Dustin quartet, or as my friend likes to call them, the no relationship team, was by far the best team of season 3. Their dynamic was amazing and everyone was funny and not annoying. Erica has by far the best jokes and punchlines. Operation Child Endangerment was legendary. Also, another team I didn't expect to like as much as I did was Alexei, a Russian scientist, and Murray, a conspiracy theorist. Really funny and well-functioning combo, which made Alexei's death even more sad. I, however, don't really like Joyce and Hopper, especially in season 3. I know they are main protagonists, but I don't know, like, don't get me wrong, I understand why the characters act the way they do, but they are just so loud. Every time they had screen time, Hopper was yelling, then Joyce was yelling, and then Hopper was yelling again, and that stressed me out. Just talk in a normal volume and we are fine. Also, Hopper was just so slow. So much tragedy could have been avoided if he and Joyce would have just turned around these stupid keys instead of staring at each other and slowly counting to 3. Like, no stress, but you're trying to save the world, guys. I hope I was not the only one who was annoyed by that. Also, Will's brother Jonathan and his girlfriend Nancy were a team in season 3. Didn't like them either, they were pretty annoying, at least to me. If you like them, that's perfectly fine, but I don't know, Nancy just seemed very egocentric and only wanted to do her things her way and not listen or cared about Jonathan at all. And Jonathan was pretty creepy in season 1, I can't forget that. I have no idea who are the fan favorite characters, so I'd really love to know who are your favorite characters. Please leave a comment if you want to share your opinion. I guess it's 11, it's probably 11. So, the last design is also finished. Let's meet Demohound. It also has 2 forms, a Dark Ice one and a Dark Psychic one, if hit by a fire move or holding a Firestone. If I ever make a 3rd stage, I would give the last one the Psychic type and remove it from this one, but until then it stays. I think the design is a logic translation of the original creature from the series and a nice transition from its base form. This fake one will also be part of my main series, the German's book series, and it's gonna be used by the villain team that I've never mentioned before, I believe. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please also check out the other videos of the series and my main series. I pre-produced a lot of videos lately, almost all videos for the summer are done, and I hope you will enjoy them. See you in the comments.